All right, here we are. First race of 2018, as hard as that may be to believe.
Yep.
Shine Country Classic at Barber Motorsports Park.
Right, and that was really a freezing cold race. The last race of 2017, Troy Hogan almost won. He's almost won a bunch of times. And because he's almost won a bunch of times, they had to rebrand. Tetanus Racing has now become Always a Bridesmaid.
Team Dr. Wankel came with a great medical theme and lots of little urine sample containers with some kind of liquid in it. That was great.
Now, we've talked about the Knox Vegas Lowballers picnic table a lot of times. It's got a cocktail bar, it's got lights. They keep souping it up to make it faster and faster, right? All right, so this time there was a dyno in the paddock, and we actually put the picnic table on the dyno. 3.9 horsepower. So I asked them about this, and they said, well, the motor they know is making 35 horsepower. So it's like an order of magnitude of drivetrain loss.
As you guys know, Judge Phil, he likes three things. He likes Soviet history,
right?
He likes Colorado intoxicant laws,
right?
And he likes Korean cars from the 90s.
So we got our first Hyundai Tiburon. Phil loved that. And for But Terrible, all I've got is, Sasha put a new roof on his Sentra because we told him he couldn't cut roofs off anymore. So he put this on. He neglected to attach actually other body panels to the car. The thing almost broke in half. And then at the end of the race, Sasha said, "Oh, you made my car so slow, I did not win Class C because of extra weight of roof." He was 4 hours out of contention for the trophy.
Heroic fix went to Jerry Ringle and the Inglorious Bastards Ford Thunderbird. Long and short of it is, they had some kind of minor suspension problem, and they had to rebuild it entirely 4 separate times before they found the problem.
Judge's choice went to Ferkel, the 911, the super happy fun club of our friend Soggy. He drove this car. It has no heater. It has no windshield wipers. It is basically just an empty shell with a diesel motor. He drove it from Pennsylvania in a snowstorm all the way to Barber, got there frozen solid, ran the entire race, dominated the race, and drove it home.
And as always, Soggy's free bacon was on point. The regional award was the Classing Up Barber trophy, and by that we mean taking Barber, which is pretty fancy,
declassing
and
Barber,
knocking it down a peg. Now this was the Team No Naked Tires Pinto. This was an ex-dirt track car. We've had pretty bad experiences with those. It was hoopty, it was wretched. Somehow it was fast.
Not terrible.
Yeah, I mean it looked awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was great to have it there, next to the manicured lawns and the fancy car collection.
Yeah. I Got Screwed went to PE Motorsports. Now, this is a Toyota factory team. And Phil tells us, I don't know how true this is, but Phil tells us that the day before this team left to go to the race, they were informed by HQ that there was going to be a film crew showing up to take a documentary. It was a complete surprise to the team, and this film crew just oppressed them for the whole weekend. Now, I don't know how true that story is, but it is a good story. And I will say this, that film crew was terrible. It was like Heaven's Gate comes to Barber Motorsports Park. These guys were in everybody's way. They parked their van right in front of the penalty box like 20 times. They were just unbelievable. And so Phil was going bananas and decided to give these guys a trophy.
Organizer's choice went to the aptly named Old Dudes and their 60s Ford Ranchero. Now, this is a car, these guys have a lot of attention to detail. They know a lot about working on cars.
Right.
This thing is beautifully prepared.
As good as it gets.
I don't think that you could do a better Ford Ranchero if you had a bigger budget.
No.
The problem is, because it's a 60s Ford Ranchero, it is butt slow. And it's out there, and despite having all of this R&D time, it's like a minute slower a lap than a Hyundai Tiburon. So, nice prep, guys. Sorry about the speed. Enjoy your organizer's choice.
The Index of Effluency went to the Wonderment Consortium. These guys have been around for a while, and they keep bringing incredibly terrible cars. And this time they brought an incredibly terrible Conquest. Needless to say, they blew up Friday morning in practice.
Yeah, they did.
They had to drive all over the state. They found another motor in a junkyard. It was midnight by the time they finally got it home. These guys actually made that car work, and it ran the entire race. It was incredible because, as Phil says, they're nothing but a bunch of Jeff Spicolis.
Hey, bud, let's party.
Oh, here's lemons in a nutshell.
Clint Eastwood says, whenever you're ready, instead of action.
They're giving me bacon at wholesale rather than actually selling it to me at retail. I'm a charitable cause at this point.